Good morning, good morning, actually, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. There we go. All right, wanted to make sure that we were also live on Instagram. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Kim Davis of Chalk Talk. But today, I'm here to talk to you about the Katie Company and a spring special that I'm super excited to launch. I've been talking about it for the past week. It officially goes live tomorrow. I'm going to post it where you can read about it. But before I did that, I thought, let me just talk to you and tell you a little bit about what's in the special, but more importantly, to let you hear from someone I've worked with for a few years about some of the benefits of having a strategy session and having some coaching, and just to give you a better sense of what you will get and why you might really want to consider being a part of it. You hear me talk about Kim Edwards Williams often. You've seen her on Chalk Talk talking about Jinka and eyebrow energy. And most recently, she and her husband, the co-founder of I Love Jinka, were in Atlanta to do an interview on the Portia show. So they were on Fox 5. It's going to be on Fox Soul. And as soon as it airs, I'll make sure that all of you get a chance to see it and just see the great work that they're doing. So I am going to bring in not just my client, but my friend, Kim Edwards Williams. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Look at you. You're looking all fresh and spring-like. I love the green plant in the background. I love it, love it,
Thank
love it. So
you.
listen, I know that you are a busy businesswoman and mom, right? Can't miss that. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes to hop on with me. And I just wanted to talk about the special, right? I have two things I'm offering to help people with being confident on camera. Like you do a lot of video and you don't feel great about it, let me look at some of it for you and give you some feedback and maybe give you a plan on some things that you can do. You're not quite ready for media training, but this is something that might help kind of move you along. Also, you've thought about doing a show, you talked about it forever, forever. I know some people like that. How do I get started? Well, I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to show you how to launch your podcast, your show, and what it takes to do that. Tell me why you think it's important to have somebody kind of help you navigate this space.
Yeah, thanks for having me, friend. It's so important that we as entrepreneurs or as people that want to do their own thing, that want to create space. Um, Most of the time we take too much time trying to learn how to do it. So what you find an entrepreneur doing is deep diving into podcasts. Let me go learn how to do this thing. I got to get perfect at podcasts. Whereas no, that is a waste of time. You go get perfect at your content and let someone who understands the how to run a podcast help you. And so that's where you come in, and that's where having experts comes in. And I think we don't use them enough.
Right.
I think we try and get frustrated, and then we end up maybe just putting it on the back burner instead of investing in ourselves and connecting with the experts. And so I think it's everything. I think it's time saving. I think it's smart, and it's the best way to do it.
So, and I appreciate that, Kim. And listen, I have been guilty of some of those same things, right? I mean, YouTube is fantastic. We can learn a lot from YouTube, right? But there's some things you just need to get somebody to help you with. And one of the things I like to say is that YouTube has made a lot of people think that they can be producers. And you can, right? It's not rocket science, but get some help to do it in terms of starting your show and what's involved and what you should do. The other piece is that communication piece, right? People don't think it's that important, but we just are not great at communicating. And we need somebody to help direct us in how to have better, more productive conversations, how to be a better listener. And if you're jumping on and you're doing a lot of live stuff, what does it look like? How do I show up? So, this strategy session about the video piece is kind of twofold. It is one, let's look at what you're doing and let's see how we can make you a little more comfortable and confident. And two, let's talk about what kind of strategy you have for the messages you're putting out, because all of that matters. And that's one of the things that the other offer is going to allow me to help people do.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like having a strategy session with an expert, y'all. Um, we know everybody thinks they're smart, but the reality is let people stay in their lane. Um, it's extremely helpful. I'm grateful that we have you. We've had you to talk to help us navigate this. We're in the food and beverage industry. We have products in retail. A lot of people in your platform know, and a lot of that's new for us. This is brand new. We're getting thrust into areas that we really are not as confident in. And so it's been everything to have support and help. And so I just suggest to everyone that is interested in, delving into this process to get some help, y'all. We don't have to waste that time because ultimately that's what it ends up being is wasted time and money.
Right, right. So before I let you go, Kim, I want to say this. People look at you and they're like, well, I see her all the time. She does these great reels and she does lives. So, yeah, and you may be great at that. But the other thing is when you have to sit down and say, well, am I talking about the thing that's connecting with people? Am I doing that right? Or when I sit in certain spaces, you're like, oh my gosh, I was a little uncomfortable. It helps to have some direction. So that's one of the things I think is important. Even though somebody looks great at it, I will tell you the people who do really well, the people who are leading Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 100 companies, they're getting help all the time so that they can show up the way they want to. And that's what I want to help some of you do.
Yes, absolutely. We need it, Kim. And the communication piece, really just understanding our story and how to get it across. Having going and doing these tapings, of course, you get 30 seconds and 2 minutes and 4 minutes. And it's like, oh my God, how do I use those minutes and get out everything I need to say? And I can definitely say working with you has helped us create alignment and focus on what we want to talk about. We're still getting comfortable, but I appreciate having support. So I appreciate you, Kim. I'd be doing a lot more wrong stuff out here in the streets if you weren't on, if I
Well,
wasn't
here's the
connected.
thing. You and LJ have both been very coachable, which is important, right? You got to be coachable and be open to it. And it's fun. And let's all make this thing work and help our businesses grow together. There are things where I have to go to experts and say, this isn't my lane. I need some help. And so check out the specials. I'm going to post them. It's going to launch on tomorrow on April the 5th, and it's going to last for 2 weeks. And so I'm moving into doing more group work. So this is a chance to get some one-on-one work with me at a really, really discounted price. And I'll have all that information for you about what you're going to get, the takeaways, and I'm also going to give you a bonus with both of those programs. So thank you for hopping on, Kim.
Kim, also the accountability that you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us out here in these streets, once again, we need that accountability. So I thank you for that. You've really been able to help us with that, having someone to check us.
Yeah, well, you know what? We all need it. I need it. And Kim even offered today, say, hey, let's get this. You need to get that thing going. And so even that is accountability when you're working with people. Find your tribe and then find the people you need to tune into, that you need to connect with to help you be the best version of whatever it is you're trying to do. So I'm here for it. The KD Company, we're going to have some cool things so that you can be ready for the summer. And thank you so much, Kim. I know you got some stuff to do because you got a business to run. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. So stay tuned. I'm going to have all the information posted on the platforms. I'll also be able to, you'll see it on my website where you can go in. I'm only going to leave it up for 2 weeks, and I have a limited number because these will be a one-on-one sessions, and I'm moving away from a lot of one-on-one work, except for my, probably some of my corporate clients. But I want to make sure that I, give some access to people who might want to tap into it. So check it out. Hey, there's my buddy, the lawyer of the KD Company and Chalk Talk. Thank you. Make sure you tune in and check it out. But I wanted you to hear from somebody who I've worked with, so you get a sense of what is that like. It's not me, just criticizing you. It's me giving you some constructive feedback and helping you with a strategy, because I'm really a strategist, right? I use what I've learned in sports and TV for all these years to help you create a strategy, a winning strategy for your podcast and your show, and for how you communicate, because that is the biggest piece to me of any relationship. All right. I will see you guys soon. Be on the lookout for the information. DM me or shoot me an email, Kim at Kim Y Davis. If you have some questions, but you'll be able to reach me wherever you're seeing this live. Just shoot me a note and say, Kim, I have questions, or I'm interested, and I will hit you back. All right, everybody, have a great week. Remember, do something kind for yourself, do something kind for somebody else. And remember, we can do hard things because we're worth so much more than easy. Peace.